They say the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe plug-in hybrid can tow up to 6,000 pounds. Well, I'm gonna find that out. And can it tow it in electric mode? In this video, I'm towing actually something very special. The trailer and the older Jeep I have weigh about 5,800 pounds. So I'm pushing this to the max. So in this video, I'm gonna take the new electrified plug-in Jeep SUV, a luxurious one, and give you a first towing impression. There it is, the latest plug-in hybrid. It's a 2-liter straight 4 gasoline turbocharged engine. The turbo is right here on the driver's side. And it's made it to an electric motor that's sandwiched between this engine and an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission. And the total power output is 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. And if this wasn't towing, Jeep says 0 to 60 on this powertrain is quicker than a 5.7 liter Hemi. It's quicker, of course, than a 3.6 liter V6 gas engine. It's about 6 seconds 0 to 60, they say. I haven't been able to confirm that, but it should be very, very quick. But how well does it tow? Like most of these Grand Cherokees, this one is equipped with air suspension. So it's got load leveling and comfort. I'm actually towing on dirt Texas roads, not on a highway, and a washboard road at that. That's why you can hear a little bit of rattling from the trailer. But the suspension itself is really soaking up things nicely. And as I accelerate, let me pick up some speed. I'm going about 35, now 40. By the way, all electric still. The trailer is nice and stable. There's no sway, especially on this cattle guard. And washboard roads. The SUV you see right here is a very special one. It's the most luxurious version of the new 4xe Grand Cherokee. It's the Summit Reserve. And you could tell it by its interior, the leather, the wood, the trim, and it is, yeah, one of the best interiors I've seen in pretty much any SUV, not just in this price range. At the end of the video, I'll tell you the price. It is not super affordable, but you are buying a lot of capability. You might be wondering, what am I towing? Well, let me show you. Look at this beauty. This is my payload today on the trailer. I had no idea about this. Let me show you what's special about this 1976 Jeep DJ 5e. It's all electric. So yeah, even 45 years plus ago, Jeep had an electrified version of the Jeep. It was basically meant for post-service duty, and this is fully restored. As you can see, lead-acid batteries here, and technically it could have used a 54-volt electric motor, about maybe 30 horsepower, maybe less, and not very high speeds, and also two-wheel drive. As you may know, we also have a TFL Classics channel, and if Tommy was here, I think you'd probably already purchase this. Let me see. Yeah, it's a bit of a tin box and not much insulation, but the whole thing was lightweight, nice, easy to use, so you can deliver some mail. And the battery charger right here, so you could plug it in into your house or maybe at work, you know. Very, very simple. Probably reverse hand drive, brake. What else do you need? In the back here, normally there would be a white or body color plate covering the hitch. But what's hiding behind it is a 2-inch receiver, really standard, really good and accessible chain attachment points, 7-pin connector for trailer wiring, or a 4-pin on this side. Really, really good stuff. We're using a drop hitch, and it's nice and level because of air suspension. Maximum towing capacity is 6,000 pounds, and this hitch is actually tied into the body cross members. It is a unibody vehicle, but it's actually bolted in on both sides, and you could see that on the chassis. A lot of great things about this Grand Cherokee, but not so great thing is the payload rating, 1,050 pounds. This vehicle basically weighs close to 6,000 pounds with all the batteries and all the high-tech features that it has. So if you're towing 6,000 pound trailer with 600 pounds of tongue weight, you only have about 400 pounds left over for your family and things. Another thing that's not great for towing is the lack of an integrated trailer brake controller. You would have to wire one yourself. As you can see, these are my controls for either hybrid, all electric, or e-save, where they actually can charge your battery while moving. But if this was truly a towing machine, they would put a trailer brake controller in here. But yeah, it's an accessory, it's an option, you can add that later. But one really useful feature is actually the button up here. The 4xe plugin has this shortcut, which is a hard switch for max regen mode. You can tell right here it says max regen on, and it's very helpful for towing because it helps you slow down and also puts the energy back into the battery. Okay, so you know how powerful it is. Well, what about range and efficiency? EPA rates this system in the Grand Cherokee at 56 mpg equivalent, mpge, or 23 mpg if you had no electricity on board. If you're just discharged all your batteries. 25 miles of full electric range is the rating. Maybe you could see some more if you're driving, in an economical way. And it's competitive. There's some competitors like the BMW X5, some of the Mercedes SUVs, Volvo, and some others like Range Rover that may have slightly better efficiency. But those can also cost a lot more than this Grand Cherokee. This Summit Reserve edition of the Grand Cherokee has these wonderful leather seats and trim, as you can tell right here. And does this look familiar to you? Well, people at Jeep say that the material, the leather, is actually basically the same material used in some Ferrari cars. So yeah, this is super luxurious, super nice, and very soft. Here's the price you pay for all the power, all the efficiency, everything, and all the luxury. $78,605. The Summit Reserve base price is about $69,820. The 4xe Grand Cherokee for 2022 starts at $57,700. There's also the Trailhawk off-road version. There's also the Overland and the Summit. This is the highest end of trim. Yep, it's pricey, but it has all the features you just saw. Well, I'm impressed. Of course, this was not a highway run. It was not a night gauntlet. I didn't reach highway speeds, but just going about 5 miles around these dirt roads in all electric mode, it was nice and easy. Lots of power still left over in the electric powertrain. And of course, if I needed it, hybrid mode, highway speed, and off you go. So my first impression is very positive. This is really cool to see. As always, go back to tfloffroad.com, tflcar.com, and tfl-studios.com for everything automotive and all the latest news.